He folds.
Nice folds.
Into the cage.
Uh-oh.
Ganda. Bye, Mike. Bye.
I would literally take any of these hands over Queen Deuce, even with a fedora.
Faraz gets to see a free flop, which is Jack 8-5 with 2 spades.
Sean flops best, but it's a long road to Mordor from here.
Andre, the qualifier, leads out with his flush draw. Artem calls. Phil folds.
Poor Sean, it's gonna be tough for him to know he's got the best hand with a bet and a call in front of him. Bye, Sean.
He folds.
Yeah, it was the best hand, but can you blame him?
So, heads up to the turn. Which is a 6. That would have been a set for Ivey.
Whoops.
Andre slows down. He checks it.
Now, the problem with Andre check calling here is that he puts himself in a bad spot if he does it in his river. And if he had bet again here, Artem may have folded.
Artem bets pretty much half pot. Andre calls. We're going to the river with the cage in play. It's a 10. Artem with the best hand, ace-king high. Andre checks.
Shark Cage, Artem's usually going to have to bet this. Sometimes he'll have the best hand, sometimes he'll bluff out a weakly played, not-so-strong better hand. With the Shark Cage, he's definitely betting this.
He's got 10 seconds to act. He throws out a time bank chip. He gets an additional 30 seconds thinking time. He's playing the value card.
Well, like I said, sometimes he'd have the best hand.
A value bet of 280,000.
Now, if Andre was thinking of calling before with 8 high, there's a chance he's going to have a hard time folding this.
This bet is more than half his stack.
Which I guess leaves a third option. His girlfriend calls this look Valerian steel.
Wow! Andre bluffs the river for everything he's got!
This is awesome. Don't look at Phil. Your God can't help you now. Any kind of hand at all, Artem would probably have to call, because there's a chance Andre's bluffing, but there's so many bluffs he can't beat.
10 seconds. 5 seconds. And Artem folds the best hand, and that means he is going into the cage. He can't believe it.
Yeah, go. I go. Good bit.
Action folded around to David on the button.
AKA Quint Miyagi Dundee.
That's the fella. 7-5 offsuit, he limps.
All right, we'll keep it friendly.
Tony G checks his option in the big blind.
Ah, come on, Dave, raise.
Second pair for Tony G. Nothing for David.
40,000.
Now, a continuation bet would work here a lot, but it's not a continuation bet unless you raise before the flop.
You know you have 30 full seconds.
Yeah, I know,
In case
but
you need
I don't need it.
He's a thinker.
Another 3 on the turn. And the action goes check, check. We go to the river, where the cage becomes a factor again. Tony with the best hand. And he checks.
You can just say the amount.
65.
Well, David needs to put out a card, and I think we know which card he'll be playing here. Bluff.
Tough to put an amateur on a bluff here.
Go, Tony, go.
If Tony folds, he will be going.
He does fold.
Show bluff, please.
Yes! He says bluff. Now you need to turn those over.
6-5 or something.
He says it's 7-5.
Yes!
Wow, for the first time ever, we're going to have 2 people in the cage. Round to Andre in the small blind, king 5 suited. That's a raise from the qualifier.
Yeah, sure. I just hope he doesn't expect Faraz to ever fold his big blind.
Faraz with Jack 6 of spades. Calls. We're going to the flop. Top pair for Faraz, bottom pair for Andre. Andre shoves!
Wow. Sick.
Unlucky. Good game, Andre. Wait, what's Faraz thinking about? He's got top pair. Is he thinking about folding?
Surely not. He's requested more time.
I thought he would have snapped faster than a plastic fork and a steak.
Worried about his kicker maybe, or concerned about an overpair?
Did he misread his hand?
Want me to put it in? You like your hand?
Call.
Huh?
Call.
Yeah. Can you show me if I throw it away? You let me see one?
card. Yeah.
Huh?
One card.
One card.
10
Is that
seconds.
counting that already?
Yes.
5 seconds. Faraz's hand is dead!
Holy!
It's like a pick one, right?
You said if you folded, not if your hand was killed.
It's a good card to show.
He showed the 5. Muskan back in the action, raising here with Jack 9.
Having a big hand like that against Timex is sometimes all you need to find your mojo.
Action folded to Timex in the big blind. Queen 3 suited.
This is the kind of hand that folks like Timex will say is profitable to defend, although it is only profitable if you're Timex, so keep that in mind.
Not much for either player on the flop. Muskan continues.
Mike's got some backdoors, but if he calls here, I think he's really looking to outplay Muskan.
He does call. Well, talking of backdoors, Timex picks up a diamond draw on the turn and still has the best hand with Queen High.
Gonna be super hard to get him to fold now.
Timex is checked for a second time. And Muskan bets again. Timex with his Queen High flush draw. Calls. We are going to the river. Power up the Shark Cage. 7 of spades pairs the board. So Timex's Queen High is still the best hand.
Now this is interesting. Because Timex has the best hand, if Muskan bets and he folds, see ya!
$585,000 in the pot.
Can I see your black chips?
Here we go.
Muskan bets less than half the pot and slides out the bluff card. So if Mike folds Queen High, he's going in the cage.
She's got him in a spot again, and the problem with Mike's hand is he's not even beating some of the hands she would be bluffing with.
I wasted all my time chips last time.
Yeah, you can steal some of mine. As I said, I'm not using them.
5 seconds. He folds.
Mike folds.
Into the cage.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, sorry.
Jack high.
Nice. Woo! Timex. Go in there. Bye, Mike. Bye.
Not only did he get sent to the cage, but they celebrated with a horrifically awful high five.
I know he's famous for staring down at people and people get really scared. He was getting uncomfortable when I was staring back at him.
I'm gonna keep staring at you.
You're gonna keep staring at me, all right.
I was just soul reading and I somehow got inside his soul and I knew that he's got a weak hand. I tried bluffing him and it was amazing when he actually folded into that face.
Yes, into the cage.
It was so much fun.
When she celebrated, said, "Oh, I'm sending you to the shark cage,"
Go in there.
it was slightly embarrassing.
It seems the king of the stare down has met his nemesis.
Terrible.